What's good, guys? It's been a while, man. Hope you're doing fine. So today I want to make a different type of video. I want to talk about Christianity and the difference between Christians and Christics. We all know what Christians are, right? They believe in Jesus, worship God, go to church, and do all that faith and worship stuff. Yeah, they all look at the Bible literally. They all see Jesus as a real being, and he might have been. I don't say otherwise, but their focus is generally externally. But the Christics, they understood why Jesus was so special and why he was named Jesus Christ, because the Christ is the Christos. It is the divine crystal consciousness that is within you that you can awaken. And a lot of people through history, they awaken it already, that state, that Christic state. But most of them wasn't known though, or they became like urban myth and legends and shit. But Jesus was really the one who stayed known and famous all the time for unlocking that state. And yeah, he was one of the first humans that unlocked that Christic diving state, and he became literally the figure of this, because the Christ consciousness made him into a god. He became a god. He ascended into godhood as a human. So of course people think that he is God. It makes sense, bro. A lot of people think that Jesus is God and all that, because he actually had the consciousness and the state of being as God, the Christic state, And the difference between Christians and Christics is that Christics can actually tap in to the state of being, to the Christic state. They can actually tap into that and become it, and this is literally what self-deification about. And the whole thing about the left-hand path and the Satanism and the Luciferianism is basically the exact same thing, but the difference is that you work with demons to attain that state instead of doing the work yourself. But I think it also depends on the type of person that you are. Like, if you are like a psychic or like a headache, and that you have naturally a lower state of being, you might prefer want to work with demons to attain some type of divinity, because you cannot attain that yourself because it's not in your nature. But if you like a pneumatic or a Christic, and that you naturally have a Christ spark within you, and you have that, and you was born with that divinity, because your soul is really from out there. You're not a fucking human. Well, you don't need to work with any type of curse or any type of spirituality, even though it's better if you become an omnisp, so you can learn the esotericism in all religions and spiritual faith, so you can then connect the dots together and do the work to attain that state that Jesus was. And this is why the goal is not to worship God or to bend the knee to Jesus. The fucking goal is to become Jesus-like, is to awakening the Christos within. And again, this is why we do semen retention, guys. This is why we retain our seed, bro, because it's the only way to attain the shit. Like, The spine, bro, all the Jews going up the spine, awakening all your chakras is literally the natural way to awake the crystal state if you are a pneumatic being, because not everyone, of course, can do it. This is why we are called the chosen ones, even if I don't like the term because it's too mainstream, and the masses, as always, they always make the cool shit corny. But the chosen ones shit is real. Like we some of us are really chosen because we are pneumatics. Like we really get that crisp part. But this is why life is even more hard for us because the demons know and they do everything so we don't awaken that state within us because um, if we do it's basically over. We become like a god on earth. But yeah, this is basically the difference between the Christics and the Christians. And me, my role was always about self-deification. I hate the world, I hate the creator of this world, and I hate the human state. So as I found out that I actually got that spark within me that I can attain a level beyond the matrix, this is why I decide to go with this path, because I feel like you can even achieve freedom as a mortal and become immortal if you achieve the crystal state. No, of course, one day you will go, but there is a difference between dying and ascending, bro. You leave your body either way forever, but when you ascend, you don't die. And that's what a lot of people don't understand because dying is two things. Either your consciousness fade away and you don't exist anymore because you was never real in the first place, or you die in a low vibrational kind of way, you get killed or you get sick or this type of death. You will have to come back and reincarnate. This is a fucked up game because life is really hard and most of people will never make it, even if they're not helix, because I think that psychics can have a spiritual afterlife. They're just like limited in their options. That's why they say heaven or hell, because they're like limited in their options and shit. But yeah, the best way to die, I mean, to leave this body, is through extreme meditation. And when I say meditation, I don't speak about the act of meditating. I speak about the states of meditation. And this is a big difference because when you're in a state of meditation, it's just like being in the Christic state. You are like permanently in this higher consciousness. You know. Yeah, I'm not gonna make this video too long though. I just add this download and I feel like because not many people know about this. Nobody know about the Christics, but the Christics are very waiting, and the Gnostics are like a branch of the Christics who already understood, I mean, understood this truth, but they also found out that um, Yahweh and God was actually not our father. He was just an imposter that tried to focus us by chopping us here, but I like the challenge though. I like being alive. I like this matrix. I like the struggle. I like the suffering and I like the evolution and I like the knowledge too. I like the gnosis because without the gnosis I wouldn't know anything of this and I wouldn't be able to work on my own ascension. So many people won't make it, but I got the knowledge to make it. So if you have the knowledge to make it, first of all you gotta share with this is why I share this with you, and you have to put the fucking action in, man. If you don't put the action in, like sun gazing, like I'm literally doing right now, getting literally straight pure solar energy, the literal reflection of your solar soul. Like, come on, bro. You already know that we in 2026, man. I've been saying this for years, bro. I'm always keeping it real with y'all, bro. Yeah, anyway, I'm at this beach though. Mwah.